Tim, one of the things investors have on their mind is this relatively unprecedented step the Federal Reserve took back in February, putting a cap on your balance sheet. In retrospect, should you have done some things differently? Should you have been more solicitous with regulators? Should you have been more aggressive in making changes on the board? Might the Fed have reacted less harshly had you done those things?
Well, I can't speak for the Fed, but what I can say is there are lots of things, Eric, that I wish we would have done differently over the last few years. But over the last couple of years, I think the changes that we're making in the company to make sure that customers are taken care of, that we're fixing anything that was broken, and that we're building a better company by making these good long-term decisions, that we're absolutely going in the right direction.
You've taken pains to explain to your investors and to others how this asset cap is going to function, the impact it's going to have on your business. One thing that doesn't seem as clear perhaps as some others is the degree to which it has forced you to change any of your plans or any of your strategic initiatives in terms of slowing them down, getting rid of them entirely, or modifying them to accommodate what the Fed has asked of you.
Sure. The reason that we have an asset cap in place is because that we could have and should have managed some of our risks, not all of our risks, better, particularly as it relates to operational risk and compliance risk. We are very focused on making sure that we are best in class in terms of how we manage risk. That's one of our 6 goals. Having said that, the impact in terms of the asset cap affects a small number of customers in our financial institutions group. Beyond that, there's not an impact in terms of how we're going about serving our customers.
In other words, besides
every
dumping
day.
those deposits to create room for the rest of the business to grow, there's no impact on anything that Wells Fargo is trying to do?
Not in terms of customer activity, but in terms of making sure that we're making the right investments, hiring the right people, and fundamentally changing how we manage some of our risk. Those are the things that are different, right? And that's where we're very focused so that we can meet and exceed any of the expectations of our regulators.